Ivan Starodubtsev is a Russian analyst and he joins us now from the Turkish capital Ankara. Welcome to the programme. Talk to us, Ivan, about Russia's intentions, because we hear Russia denying any plans to invade Ukraine, but the reality on the ground does seem to be very concerning.
Actually, what we see now, it is not about Russia and Ukraine, and it is not about Russian so-called intervention to the Ukrainian territory. It is mostly about the NATO, Russia, and the United States-Russia relations. Actually, the beginning of the story, it is not just a few months ago, a few weeks ago. It is about maybe dissolution of Soviet Union when Russian Federation was very naive to believe in the promises of the West that NATO will not move forward even just one step towards Russian borders. And for everybody who is speaking about Russian activity nowadays in its own territory, by the way, I would suggest to read interview of Russian ambassador in Turkey, Mr. Yerhov, which stated very much clearly in statistical way what was NATO and the United States activity in year 2021 in the Black Sea in comparison with the year 2020. So it is just Russian reaction.
And on that very point, do you think that the West understands properly Russia and Mr. Putin's intentions?
I think Russian statesmen are so much clear that it is not possible not to understand them. But there is a huge difference between understanding and between taking into consideration and between making it public that the West understand Russian worries. This is a part of the foreign policy of the West to deny any Russian worries about the NATO and about NATO extension. They're just saying, no, it is not like that. It is not about Russian security. So, but it is of course, it is a public dimension. I believe that they understand everything, but as I said, they do not take it into consideration.
And yet there has been frenetic diplomacy over these past few weeks, and it continues. This week we've got British leaders going to Russia. Why isn't there any understanding coming out of these important conversations?
This game went so far that we may compare it, for example, with the Caribbean crisis. The game is huge and the risks are also huge. But at the end of the day, we see all parties at the negotiation table, which gives us a hope that at the end of the day, we will move towards the correct direction. I hope so, but it will not be a matter of hours and days. It might be a matter of just weeks, because Russia was ignored for so many years that it is not possible just to change it in one day.
And you say things have gone, far enough, but have they gone far enough now to have an invasion from Russia into Ukraine or an incursion?
Ukraine was never a target for Russia to invade it. If Russia had such a plan, it could do it in year 2014, when Mr. Yanukovych, legal president of the Ukraine, was overthrown in Kiev. So he could invite Russia, and Russia could enter in having a legal basis for that, if Russia had such an intention. But Russia had no such an intention, and I believe that Russia got no interest in Ukrainian territory. That's the biggest territory in the world.
All right, we will leave it there. Really great to get the perspective from you, Russian analyst Ivan Starodubtsev. Thank you.
Thank you.